hello to everybody here in the audience and hello to everybody at home.
Our guest today is a wonderful girl who sings a bright, bubbly song, and her name is Karen Kay.
And for her specially tonight, we're going to cook stuffed roast chickens and little tomatoes stuffed with pea puree.
And to wind it all out so beautifully, we have a frozen dessert made with cherries and almonds and cream. Now we'll start with the first thing, which is the chickens. Now this recipe will feed 4 people. What we've decided to do are very small chickens which weigh about 500 grams, that's just over a pound, and you'll need 4 of these. We're just going to prepare 2 tonight. If you want to do it with 2 larger chickens, which will feed 4, then when you're finished you just cut them in half. But the rest of the ingredients are for 4 of these. So Peter will show you what we're going to do, because we want to stuff under the skin, under the breast of the chicken, first of all.
I went to the microwave as soon as I came on. I've melted here 100 grams of butter. I did it in the microwave because it's much quicker. Could have left it out on the bench with the heat of the lights. It would have melted like that. But we're making now the sauce that David's, or not the sauce, the butter stuffing that's going to go between the skin and the breast. This is a double stuffed chicken, which you'll see what we mean, a poussin, I mean. So in here I've got, in this little mixer, I've got 3 spring onions and about 3 large sprigs of parsley, which I want to reduce very finely. Thank you. Very good. I'll just drop that on the floor. Take this out. So you just tip this in first and get all that. Oh, I've got no spatulas. Doesn't matter though. I won't worry. I will not panic.
Use your fingers.
Now you mix all this together. So this is
all going to be cooked.
I'm speaking, if you don't mind. This is the butter, the parsley and the spring onions, and then to that I'm going to add a teaspoon of dried tarragon. So take the top of it, like that, and then 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. And the Dijon mustard I'm using because it's a very soft mustard, and you don't want to be too overpowering because it's also got another stuffing as well in this. So you just mix these together. And I'll touch your chicken in a minute.
We won't just be touching your breast.
You just mix that to that sort of consistency. Now that's going in the freezer of the chamber for a moment until it actually hardens up, because it's easy to put it under the breast and stuff it slightly hard. So
now for the middle, the bit that's going inside the bird, we need some bread. We've got 3 slices of thick bread here, which we've dried out during the day, and just drop those in there like that. Stop. Now, you just tip that out into the same bowl. You don't have to do different bowls. It's all good stuff. And add to it about 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley and also a teaspoon. Now, this time, for the inside of the stuffing, we're using about a teaspoon of dried thyme. And that, with some other ingredients that Peter's going to do, will make the stuffing for inside the birds. There you are, Pierre.
Thank you, thank you. Now, what I've done here in this frying pan, I've put about 60 grams of butter, and I got 2 rashers of bacon, which I cut into fairly fine dice, a quarter of a large onion, finely chopped, and I've just sautéed these to bake out the flavours. To
bring out the flavours!
That's what I'm trying to say.
Now, what we're trying to do is to release the skin between the breast itself and the chicken, like that. Oh, there you are. Now, sometimes they're fairly easy. There's a membrane sometimes runs down the middle, which is hard. You can break that, if you're careful, with the back of a spoon, like that. But try not to cut or tear the skin on the top. Well, no, just do that with a spoon or your fingers, and then put some of this butter inside there, and this is going to flavour that beautifully. Now, when you poke it in like that, you see its little knobs? It looks as though it's got warts or some terrible disease that we won't mention. However, it is perfectly all right, because what happens, this then tends to melt, of course, once you bake it. So just put that in here. I won't put it all in, because this will actually do 4 of these, but enough to melt under it and give it that beautiful flavour later on. Now, we've got to stuff the other end. Now, the other end...
Chicken's not a foreign thing. They're poussins, actually.
Little poussin. Now, the other end, we have to put the other stuffing in, which, again, with your hand, just squeeze it up like that and shove it in its little hole.
I'll get you a napkin.
I've always wanted to do that. I had incidentally rinsed these before we... No, I'd rinse my hands, but I'd also rinse the chickens. Stop laughing, madam.
Is this
I'd
one
rinse
done?
it... No, not yet. You can tie this one up while I do the other.
There's some paper for your hands
Right,
afterwards.
now over there.
So just string these, or use a skewer if you want, just to tie them to seal up this end. They're actually cooked so... I told you this bit wouldn't be easy.
I know, well, your hands get all
They're a different
slippery,
shape in England.
Are
These are
they? They're exactly the same to me. I'll tell you what.
They don't look like kiwis.
They must drop big eggs.
You just tie them up.
for me,
Oh,
please.
right.
Right. Anyway, just stuff
that's
those with
very
that.
elegantly
And
done.
remember, we've got enough stuffing here for under the breast and that to do 4. Now, all we need to do then is put them into a baking dish. Come on, Pete, hurry up. We haven't got all day.
I well realise that.
Right.
Just pat them together. Well, there's one. There's the other one.
Imagine you've got 4 in there, right? Now, put into there about 1 cup of dry white wine. Now, if you're going to drink a white wine with your meal, then we suggest you use the same white wine as you use in the dish itself. To that, we also add ½ a cup of water. Don't pour it over, it's not necessary. And then on top of that again, we add to that 1 teaspoon of chicken stock powder, or alternatively, you can do a stock cube crumbled. This goes... Oh, you ought to do that. This goes into the oven. And we're cooking it in the middle of this oven, but I've got 2 in there already. I'll just show you what I mean. It cooks at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees Celsius, or as we're using here tonight, gas mark 4. Now, as you can see, they're browning nicely, but you have to baste them every now and again, and baste them about 3 or 4 times at least while they're cooking. If they're these little-sized chickens, then they're going to take approximately 50 minutes to cook. If they're 2 larger-sized chickens, they're going to take you approximately an hour and a half. And that's all you do with those. They really cook themselves, but make sure you baste them every now and again. Thank you, Peter.
You're finished? Oh, that's good. I'm just preparing some tomatoes here. So what I'm doing with these, I mean, you all know what a tomato is. I don't have to explain that. Just cut the top off like that and a little off the bottom because we're going to stuff and bake these. So this is just so that they'll stand straight. Do this with grapefruit or anything like that you want to serve it. So I'm using a grapefruit knife here just to ease that core up because these are very new, beautiful, fresh English tomatoes and they are firm. And then just get all the interior out, as I said, just to hollow these out like that. What I've been doing already, I've done some, and do them well in advance, turn them upside down, and that lets a lot of liquor drain out of them, because you want these to be particularly dry, because the puree is moist, if that's intelligent. Yes, I think it was.
Now, for the puree itself, all you need is a small packet of frozen peas, or alternatively a packet of dehydrated peas, and then cook them until they're just tender according to the manufacturer's instruction. Make sure they're hot before you do this bit because you'll see why in a second. Just drain off the excess water and return the peas back into that same pot, only so that I can carry them over easily to here. Pop them in there like that and add to it about a tablespoon of butter or 2 tablespoons of butter. What?
How did you get in?
2 tablespoons of butter. Then you can add a little bit of cream if you want. I'm going to. About a quarter cup of cream if you wish. And there you have a lovely coloured green soft puree to do these with.
Right. Now, all you do with these...
You do some.
Oh, it's nice and fine. It's a lovely fine texture, as you can see there. Just put this in, but actually, if you do it when it's cold, it will go slightly more thick. That's not correct. That's bad English, isn't it? Thicker. And try and mound them up a bit so as to make an attractive top. That looks lovely, doesn't it? But you know the principle we're trying to explain. If you let it go cold and put it into a piping bag, you could make rather nice twists in it, just to make something more decorative than those are.
I need another one, but I need 4 to serve.
I know, because she's hungry, girl.
I know,
she eats an awful lot.
They
said she eats.
Someone said she's got a surprise song for us.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
But
we'll
they
find it in a minute.
said she eats like...
Let's have the song, shall we?
I think that's a good idea, actually.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bright, bubbly, stunning
Gorgeous.
girl is
She's
going to sing a
stunning,
surprise song for us, so give a warm welcome to Karen Kay.
Well, I can cook too, on top of the rest. My seafood's the best in the town. Yes, I can cook too. My fish can't be beat. My sugar's the sweetest around. I'm a man's ideal of the perfect meal, right down to the demi-tax. I'm a pot of joy for a hungry boy, baby. I'm cooking with black salmon order, jelly preserve, not in a recipe book. And what's more, baby, I can cook. Some girls make magazine covers. Some girls keep house on a dime. Some girls make wonderful lovers. But what a lucky find I'd make a magazine cover. I do keep house on a dime. I make a wonderful lover. I should be paid overtime, 'cause I can bake too. On top of the lot, my oven's the hottest you'll find. Yes, I can roast too. My chickens just ooze. My gravy will lose your mind. I'm a brand new note on a table done, but just try me a la carte. With a single quartz, you could choke a horse, baby. You won't know where to start. I'm an order, a jelly preserve, not in a recipe book. And what's more, baby, I can cook. Some girls make wonderful drivers. Some girls can hit a high C. Some girls make good taxi drivers. But what a genius is me. I make a wonderful driver. I even hit a high speed. I make the best taxi driver. I rate a good Navy, 'cause I can fry too. On top of the heap, my Crisco's as deep as a pool. Yes, I can broil too. My ribs win applause. My lamb chops will cause you to drool. I'm a candied sweet or a pickled beef. Step up to my smorgasbord. Walk round until you get your fill, baby. You won't ever be bored. I got patty, a marron glacé, a dish you will wish you had done. And what's more, baby, I can
Welcome.
Idea.
Oh, this is jolly,
To
isn't
ruin
it?
your...
A pinny.
No, we can't put it over here because it'll all go
ruin your
thingy-bob.
hair.
Oh, the waist, the
Possibly
waist.
do that.
Would never, my dear, not you. Nothing is a trouble.
It's like being in panto, isn't it?
Coordinated.
I keep waiting for you to throw eggs at each other.
No, we've got
That
some
comes
though.
later.
Would you like to help us do
great.
the dessert?
Yes, well, like a drink, lads. Oh, they've gone.
They've gone by the look of
You
it.
can whip up there. In there's 2 egg whites. I've whipped them partially,
Yes.
and a little bit of cream of tartar.
And
We'll
some
just
cream
give
of
it a couple of
tartar.
whips.
A little bit of cream of tartar.
I'll step
this
away.
is gorgeous, darlings, isn't it? Horse cow pate, this is going to be.
2 tablespoons of caster sugar.
Nothing coarse
And
about
I
our
told
programme.
No, just whip again.
Here, whip again.
Whip
Righty
again.
ho. You see, this is going to be delightful.
2 tablespoons of kirsch. I'll just pop that in. Do you mind if I just move across a second? 1,
Not too far
2. All right?
Keep whisking, yes?
Yes, please. Now, Peter's got the cream.
Now, if you would... It's supposed to be stiff, not old floppy things like that.
I've got a wonderful wrist movement, though,
Have you?
haven't
Yes, I know.
mean,
Beautiful. Now, what we'd like to do, that's unsweetened cream, just fold that
Just
through.
fold.
I'll
Oh,
do a
yeah.
spatula to
That's
fold that in. If I
You
could
trust me with this dish.
have... Yes. There you are.
I loved watching you stuff that chicken. It was quite exciting.
It's a
Was
lovely
it?
chicken, lovely taste.
Go.
Him! Wouldn't you just love to? I tell you what, you two would drive me nuts in my kitchen. You'd drive me mad. Would you keep fighting? Over the beans on toast? Well, you would.
Do we fight?
No,
Oh,
thank
Oh,
you
you
very much.
would. You
Very
keep
nice.
arguing and you get
Come
on my
on,
nerves.
get on with it. It's not a 4-hour programme.
Oh!
I'll take the bill. No, you need that.
I'll just fold
I'm
it
going
and
to
cut
fold
it
it
in.
in,
Yes.
cut it in.
Right, cut it in quickly.
This is
And then I'm
good.
adding now to it about
Oh, I've got
half
two
a
names.
cup of toasted slivered almonds or flaked almonds.
Slithered almonds.
Flaked almonds. And finally, what I'm going to put in there, your drink's getting further away from you.
I know.
And finally, I did a bowl,
Set
I
a
did some
camera.
cherries. There's a can of cherries, about 425 grams, which is just about a pound. and drained them and kept the
We
juice.
don't know all that
so we fold
here in
that as
England.
well.
I know you're New Zealand. We don't understand that. Can you see how sloppy and revolting this looks?
It looks stunning.
Now put it in
that's
the tin.
a pound tin, which I've greased with
plain.
just
This is
vegetable oil.
nice. Wouldn't it be nice if these two, they could wash up and everything after you? That would be great. Sorry.
Would you like us to do it now? That is a pint tin, which I've
pint.
greased with vegetable oil, not butter, because this will aid it to slip out when we eventually unfreeze it, if we ever get it in the tin.
Madam, you
Can
may
I put it in now? Oh, I was just enjoying myself. I'll do it this way, then you can see how
Oh, isn't she
beautifully I
good? Oh, she's a
put it.
professional, isn't she?
I know.
Your sauce burn.
Here?
No, I know the singing one. I mean
cooking?
the cooking one.
No, I should do though, shouldn't I?
No.
Maybe I should have your bloody show. It'd be better.
Well, come on, get it all in.
Well, I am, aren't I? It's very difficult doing it to camera.
That's right.
I know,
the bowl.
but you make it look so lovely when
Right,
you
bang
two
it.
do it. You
Bang
make it
it.
look
Not
so
the
easy.
bowl,
Let me
that.
just taste, see. This is going to be lovely.
Now bang it down. That's to get all the air out.
Bang
That,
it.
you see.
No.
That gets all it compacted down. That's
Now,
enough,
we've
that's
got
enough.
to ask you to do a little walk for us, please, because there is a freezer next door. You can take a glass. Yes. Freezer next door. Would you put that in the freezer for
I
us,
will
please?
do. Do
Karen?
you want a
And
drink,
then-
girls, out there? Well, they want a
and
drink.
Bring the frozen one back later.
Righty
Shut the
ho.
back
Okay.
door and mind
Shut the back
step.
door.
Mind the step.
43
Hey,
volts.
I said to you earlier, we save this juice from the can of cherries, and all I'm going to add to it now, I've put a teaspoon of arrowroot into a little bit of water and just pop that in there quickly and stir it. It doesn't take long to cook if that's boiling. And then you just stir it around until it's boiled. When it's boiled, you'll come out with a consistency somewhat akin, I'll just turn this off for a second, to this. And as you can see how lovely that is, that sauce. Just stir that all together and put that on one side, and that will be the sauce for us later on.
Now, I've just removed the poussins from the oven. There they are sitting. Be careful when you remove them as well. Try not to prick the skin before you get them to the plate, because they burst and let all the lovely flavours out when you serve them. You'll see them later, don't worry. So all these lovely pan juices that have come out of there, I'm going to use as the base for the sauce. So I'm just tipping these into a pan, like that, because that's all the butter and all the herbs and the parsley and everything. And I'll just pop that behind me like that, because it's in the way. And I've just made here some chicken stock and some gum arabic. It's all
Cornflour.
chicken stock and what is it, corn flour. Don't make it too early like that, because it goes to a clag. Tip that in, stir that round, and I want about a quarter of a pint of, this is thick cream, but a thin cream I think is more preferable, and just stir all these round till they melt, and then what I want to do, or dissolve I should say, and then on a very high heat, boil this until it produces just to a nice, the consistency of like honey. That's how the sauce has got to be.
Now, what we're doing here is just putting on a few little Brussels sprites, and also just 2 each of those tomatoes. The recipe calls for doing it for 4 people, as we said. And then, excuse me a moment, I'll just cut the strings from the poussin, chickens. Poussin. Oh, how many times did you tie 'em round?
Thousands.
Cut the strings from the chickens. Oh, he's got about half a mile. You could hang yourself with this lot.
That's the idea.
And then finally, just on top of those, you can see them very clearly, just a few sprinkled almonds saved over from the dessert to go on top of the Brussels sprouts, which is a nice idea, and it makes it look really very attractive, doesn't it?
Did you do your sauce?
Yes, ages ago.
How much corn flour did you mix up? Wait till you see what I'm supposed to elegantly pour over.
Oh, do you want some
cop
water?
That. About a gallon.
Oh!
Look at it. Look at it.
Well, I didn't mix it up. Somebody else
Cop
did.
that.
Here, go.
I can't. It won't reduce now.
Oh, well, I can't
Now, I'm
help
supposed
it.
to hold this to the camera and say, now you'll see what I meant by it.
Wait a minute.
Where's my whisk?
Wait a minute. Wait. Quick, wait a minute. Turn
Quick.
it off. Here, go.
Oh, that's it. That's the one I want. That's it. That's it. So you can see there, if that did happen to you, because I didn't know how much corn flour is in it, you can actually take the lumps out very quickly. If you don't look too hard at this, am I ready to pour this
Yes,
over, am I?
please.
Oh, gosh. Oh, the stove's on. I've just burned my wrist. Just spoon a little of this, as you can see, this lovely creamy consistency sauce. But if I'd had a little more time, I would have got it down to the proper consistency with an egg whisk like that. But please don't smother dishes with sauce. Keep it aside and add a little more as you want
Right,
it.
Karen, darling, have you got the frozen... Ah, she's got it. And a glass.
Did you miss the bus?
Yes, the
It's a long way, that
43s.
freezer, isn't
That
it?
Deansgate's and down. So now,
You're tired?
yes.
Welcome back.
Lumps in that, dear.
This is the lovely Karen.
Now, I'll
freshly
turn
baked.
this out on here
This
first
is
of all.
delicious.
Karen,
At least you've
right?
got something naff. I can't say. Whelks are horrible, aren't they?
Lovely.
Do you like whelks? It's like eating fresh slug, isn't it?
Looks
Well,
quite nice.
Now, what we're going to do, Karen... I'll get very
does it get cross?
Oh, do I ever? Do you want to wear it or drink it?
Nasty. Now, what's that sauce again, Dave?
This
I've
is
forgotten.
just as cherry juice and a little bit of arrowroot.
lovely.
And then you just tilt it like this, right, until it sort of partially covers the plate.
This
You
is
don't have to
again
cover it all
really
the
we're
way.
talking presentation. Take a little care to get things up to the table, no
Now,
matter
if you
how
like to
simple they
cut
are.
me a slice
Like
of this,
Karen.
please,
Oh,
about
yes.
that thick, and pop it about there,
Yes.
cleanly and crisply.
Cleanly and crisply.
Yes.
Hold your mouth correctly. That's the girl.
That's it.
I've done this before. I've broken the plate, mind you.
Right.
Oh,
Now I
that's
have in
beautifully done.
here. Just a moment. I'm sorry, Karen, to pass in front of you. I know it's very fresh.
What
to
a
do it
small
in that
fridge.
way. I know it is.
Just never know.
I've also got some chilled white wine, don't I?
Oh, yes, as long as you've got the white wine there, that's the main thing.
Right. Now, I'll just pour some little gobbles of this on here.
This is so posh.
There's
Oh, it
your
is,
next...
isn't it, darling?
It really
They
is.
charge you the earth for this when you go
I
into a restaurant.
know.
They say,
This is
"Would
your
you
next
like one of those?"
Dennis would
utensil.
love this, you know. What do I do with this?
Now, just swirl those around into the sauce.
little
Not too much.
patterns.
Just make little patterns. That's it.
Oh, that's it,
Lovely.
that's it. Lovely
little-
fireballs.
That's it.
Aren't they? Look,
Little
ask-
spider patterns, aren't they?
Lovely.
Gorgeous.
Lovely.
They're-
Oh, they're lovely. Like little
You've done
koala
beautifully.
bears.
You've done that before.
No,
think
I think
it's-
that's. I'm just having fun.
Don't
It's
show us
lovely.
up. That's enough. Don't show us
That's a
up.
good one, isn't it?
Do the other one a
Done
bit.
that
Yes.
beautifully.
I
Right.
have done that. Has the camera just caught that because it's so one.
It's so easy too, isn't it? I mean, if you can do
Look
it,
at that,
anybody
see,
can.
it just turns a dish.
We'll
Now,
go
shall
into
we
the kitchen now,
table?
Karen.
Are we going to
No,
eat
I'm
this
going
now?
into the dining room. You
Yes.
can stay in the kitchen.
We'll
Yes,
go
you
to the
wash
dining
up.
room.
We'll
Right.
go and eat it.
Okay. You take the
You
dessert.
take this, dear.
I
you
take
did it.
this.
You get the
Yes.
smaller.
Right.
because you're
After you,
a slim
Karen.
thing.
I get the stick.
After
I
you.
take
You
it.
don't need that. Just drop it on the floor.
Oh, just drop it
The
on the
maid will
floor.
clean it
Everything
up.
drops on the
Mind
floor.
step. We've placed you in the middle, my
Yes,
dear,
well,
so
that's
we can
very
talk
good.
to you and keep an eye on you
Yes.
once more.
Not too long.
There we are.
Thank you.
how
Oh, what a
lovely and light
gentleman.
to push in.
A little white you would like.
Right, a little
all
chicken
right.
we have here, as I say, quite easy to do.
This isn't
and a lovely dessert. And we have loved having you here. I'll give you some chicken in a minute.
Yes, good. Good.
Thank you,
Because I've
Karen.
saved myself for
Yes,
you.
good.
In a
Well,
way.
it's
Well,
already
the
I'll
food, not
start
you, really.
You've been saving yourself for years. No, you haven't. It's very kind of you
Yes.
to come on.
Yes. Karen,
Yes.
we'd love to
Oh,
thank you
cheers.
again
Thank you.
very much for coming in tonight.
All the best.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. See you next week.
Goodbye.
This is what I want. It's the breast bit. Now, have you got a little bit of that? Look, there are. Look. Oh, taste that. That's got all the tarragon and everything on it as well. Absolutely delicious.
That cheese on there.
No, tarragon, and that's just the cream and the chicken. If I can get through to the middle, they're cold, actually. All the beautiful stuff that's in the middle.
Let's try that.
Without it.
We get ourselves a bit much. Chicken's lovely, look. I've eaten the bones and all, look.